Last episode, we won the Sun Belt Championship game and for the first time are Sun Belt Conference champions. This game was crazy. We came back in the fourth quarter, won the game in overtime en route to one of the craziest comeback wins you will ever see on this channel and especially in this dynasty. We put up over 440 yards of offense despite 3 interceptions from our quarterback. And after being down 24-9, we came out on top 30-24 by games and en route to our 6th win in a row. But it was not enough to make the college football playoff. So today we're going to be playing our final game of year 4 against the number 10 Clemson Tigers in the Birmingham Bowl in Alabama once again. Clemson may very well be one of the toughest teams we have ever had to face in this dynasty. They have insane playmakers on the offensive side of the ball with TJ Moore and Ronan Hannafin at wide receiver. They've got a great running back who is, in contention for best running back alongside our running back, Karan Boyd. But Boyd did win out on that award, but Ryan Aragon is a great player. 91 overall, 92 speed, great ball carrier vision. They've got a great quarterback in Christopher Vazina, and this team as a whole across the board is way more highly rated than our offense or defense is, but we have played up to the level or better than our overall amidst this entire win streak pretty much. Their offensive line is probably the weakest part of their offense because they have a couple of holes at left tackle, left guard, and center. But they have some really good playmakers on this defensive line, some really good edge rushers, some good run-stopping players at nose tackle. So it's going to be a really tough game, I think, for us against a 90 overall team, a 90 offense and a 90 defense. Their secondary is fantastic. So a real test here in our final game against the number 10 ranked team who ended up first in the ACC in the regular season, but did not end up winning the ACC championship game. And this will officially be the final game for a lot of seniors, a lot of whom are starting for us in our last game of year 4. Like Karan Boyd, who obviously won best running back and made the all-conference team. Isaiah Crowder, DJ Dean, our top 3 receivers in Javon Moore, Nelson, and Scooter Page. Our best defender in Malik Moon. A couple more offensive linemen like Eric Paulding, who's been starting for over half the season. Cade Bloom, Juan Bolden, one of our centers. Dakota Mills even. So many players are going to be gone once this game is all said and done. We're trying to end this year strong and get win number 10 on the season. Or I guess win number 11 because we're 10-3 entering this game. So a big day, the final day of year 4. Can we finish as strong as possible and take down perhaps our toughest opponents in these first 4 seasons? Here we go. Birmingham, Alabama welcomes you to the final game of year 4 in this Houma Teambuilder Dynasty. The stands are absolutely packed here in this Bobcats versus Tigers matchup. And our second ever bowl game is officially underway as the Tigers will start with the football return from the 2 up to the 18-yard line. Now come the 9-4 Clemson Tigers offense. They've been pretty bad on third down conversions, but have averaged more yards per game than we have all year long. They'll start inside their 20. They're going to hand it off, and a hole opens up. Big gain, broken tackle up to the 39-yard line. Aragon starting off with a 21-yard run. Now they're going to try and up the tempo here on the opening drive of the bowl game. Back to pass. Time to throw and caught over the middle. No, it's incomplete. Knocked away by J.R. Lehan. The starting strong safety for the Bobcats. Zena, cross-body throw, caught, and across midfield. We bring a blitz, and the screen pass is incomplete. So pressure got there, allowed after they tried to find Aragon on that screen attempt. Brings up 2nd and 10, knocked away this time by Ben Laney. Now it's 3rd and long. They've got some really good playmakers on this offense. Got to really play some good defense. There's another pressure on Vizina. That's going to force a punt. Now it's the offense's turn after a great opening drive by our defense. And Brady's going to take off on the first play and slide after a 5-yard scramble. So the final game for Javon Moore, Scooter Page, and CJ Nelson are top 3 wide receivers, all of them redshirt seniors. And now there's Scooter Page with the first down. 1st and 10. Breda stands tall, delivers a strike into Trayon Bell, who's going to have probably a much bigger role going into year 5 in this dynasty. Don't forget it's also Karan Boyd's final game with the Bobcats, as well as Scooter Page makes the catch inside the Clemson 35, and the offense is on the move already. Last game was probably our worst offensive performance since the playbook change, but now it's intercepted. A flag comes in. Is this coming back? I think it is. It's against the Tigers. Pass interference. The INT will not stand. That was against Tavares LeBeau. That will give us 15 yards plus a first down. On the 23, we hand it off, and Karan Boyd's first attempt is going to be a loss of 1. So he won Best Running Back of the Year in the country. Now will fake it his way, look up the seam, and it's caught! It's Javon Moore! He seems to get one of these every single week. And the Bobcats are on the board first. Just how you want to start against a top 10 opponent. We are, of course, ranked in this game after falling 4 spots despite the Sun Belt Conference Championship victory. That's a great start for both sides of the football. Tigers take over from their 17, starting with the play fake, and the pass is knocked away by Shakir Pounds. He's been one of our best defenders all year long, now in a full-time starting role. He and Maloney should be returning next year as Vizina is under pressure and taken out by John Decker IV. Long way to go on 3rd down. Vizina has time. He's going to loft it up downfield and incomplete. He could have caught that. Lucky break for our defense because that was off the mitts of Vizina's targets. And we will once again force a Clemson punt. And the offense will take over at the 44-yard line. 6 yards shy of the 50. Here we go, 1st and 10, starting with a delayed draw to Boyd, but Tigers defense all over it. Back to throw, 4-man rush from Clemson, and turning upfield, it's Miles Springer with a nice gain of 12 right there to set up 3rd and 1. Trying to avoid a punt just inside plus territory. We're going to fake the handoff and throw a pick instead. That's a bad throw by Breda, his 4th in these last 2 games combined. That is Brown with that forced turnover. Just a bad throw. There was 2 defenders right where Breda threw it. Second look right here. And yeah, just trying to find Javon Moore, but Clemson with a couple defenders around him, and that was an ill-advised throw. Tigers take over from the 41. Pressure picked up and wide open, and Clemson will tie the ball game. They've got some big playmakers, especially at wide receiver. It's Coleman with the touchdown. DeMarvin Holland was the closest defender, but he was about 10 yards away. Malachi Coleman, the senior wideouts, and they had a lot of options that were open. Offense gets it back for their third drive from the 18-yard line, and the ground game still cannot establish itself. Clemson defense just all over us in the trenches so far on these handoffs. Now we go empty. Breda has time, will fire it, and it's caught for a first by Bell. Four-man rush, quick throw, and a flag comes in. A late flag that might be roughing the passer. Automatic first down plus 15 yards. Back to throw again. We throw the ball 80% of the time, and that's going to be number 2 for Javon Moore. A quick strike in response. So Clemson had a 59-yard touchdown. Now we get one from 51 yards out. And Javon Moore is having a great first quarter here in his final collegiate game. What a play. Once again, just beats his man on a straight go route down the field. And Breda and him continue to have that special connection. Already 3 touchdowns so far here in the Birmingham Bowl. Zena is going to load one up and look deep again. And it is knocked away by Hunter Haynes. Great job to get a hand in there and prevents that from even reaching Zena's targets. Second down and 10. Fumble! Scooped up! And it's returned by Dorian Combs. Touchdown, Houma! A bad snap. Center not on the same page as Vezina, and he snaps it way too early. The snap comes off of one of the players in motion, and the defense takes full advantage and takes it in for a scoop and score. A big mistake by the Tigers offense. Tigers offense quickly back on the field. That was Dorian Combs again with that play, by the way. He has made some huge strides here these last couple of weeks and, you know, getting to the quarterback, getting sacks, and being just aware of where the football is. That time he had a touchdown. There's DJ Dean with that tackle for loss. A loss of 4 for Aragon. Sets up third down and long for Clemson. Vezina under pressure, the pocket collapses. That was John Decker IV with his second sack of the day, and thankfully he's only a junior for us, so he'll be back next year, you would have to imagine, unless he gets drafted late in the NFL drafts. But I doubt he will. I don't think he's that highly rated overall-wise. The offense takes over. Breda's pass caught. But in pursuit on Nelson, quick tackle, and it's 3rd and 5. We need the Clemson 47.5-yard line to keep this drive going. And Breda will fire it wide open to Trayon Bell. Empty look. Breda hit as he threw, incomplete. So for the year, we have thrown 80% of the time. We have gone away from the ground since the playbook adjustments. But the offense has been way better for it because the run game has really not been that great. Despite Cron Boyd winning best running back, there have been struggles against really good defensive lines like Clemson's here in this one. But we do lead 21-7 with a promising drive right here, and Breda will fit it in, but Gray can't hang on to it, and we're going to punt from the 38-yard line. I would rather go for it here, but I understand trying to pin them deep in their own territory. The punt is out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Not the best punt in the world. It only goes or nets 18 yards. The Tigers offense comes back out. They've had one good play. That's pretty much all they can hang their hats on so far in this first half. As a scramble from Vezina picks up 3 yards. A screenplay setting up, and that's going to be a gain of 5 to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Tigers. They've been a pretty bad third down team this year. Can our defense force a punt? Vezina's got time, and he's got a man open for a first. That was Braylon Staley with the catch as they go play action, and rolling out is Vezina. But they get nothing out of that completion. Delayed give, and that one's going nowhere. A loss of 1. The senior tackle, DJ Dean, with that play. Another 3rd and long for the Tigers. Vizina fires a strike. It's Staley off to the races. Touchdown, Clemson. Braylon Staley made quite a name for himself here in college football 25. If you know, you know. And the Tigers are back within 1 score. That was a 57-yard touchdown, their second 55-plus score of the game, as Breda is in trouble and sacked for the first time here in this one. But we have quite a game underway here in Alabama, folks. Already 5 touchdowns between these two teams and still almost a full quarter left to go. Not much there for Javon Moore, and it's 3rd and 15. Our toughest 3rd down of the day so far. Breda, where is that ball going? Great field position for the Tigers to open their drive, and Vizina floats that one out of bounds, trying to find Aragon, but not on the same page. They're at the 46-yard line in plus territory right now. Looking to tie things up with a touchdown again. That pass is caught over the middle, and it's 3rd down and 2. Vizina is going to hand it off. Aragon's got a hole and more across the 25. Couple of big runs here in the first half for Aragon. Now another hole opens up, and that's another 1st down carry. That one goes for 11, averaging over 10 yards per carry on his first 4 attempts. Now he comes out of the game. Vizina complete inside the 5. And the Tigers are knocking on the door. Aragon back in with the carry, but he is stuffed at the 2 by Dominic Maloney. 3rd down. Probably 4th down territory if they can't convert or get a score here. Aragon will dive his way in, and the game is tied once more. Can the offense get going here? Tied at 21 apiece. Breda caught by Javon Moore after taking a shot. It's only again a 5 as we go empty on 2nd down. Quick throw and caught for a 1st down. That was Scooter Page with the catch. Trips top of your screen. Javon Moore at the bottom. We're going to keep it in the air. Up the seam and completes. LaShawn Gray. Back to throw. Swung out to Karan Boyd. Good tackle in space. And so far, Boyd has been held in check both on the ground and through the air. To come out in the pistol. Breda fires over the middle, and it's caught by Springer this time at the Clemson 40. Now we hand it off, and Boyd has his best play of the day, a gain of 8 on that 1st down run. And now we're in field goal range with under 2 or 3 to go here in the quarter. Now a pitch out to Boyd. He's got blocking. Never mind. He just missed one right there. And now it's 3rd and short out of the warning. And Brady's going to throw it. Quick one and incomplete for LaShawn Gray. And we will not keep the offense out there. George Lincoln comes out for the field goal attempt, the first of the day for either team, and it's through the uprights. Houma back on top. We're looking for a stop to get us to halftime, hopefully in the lead. 24-21 Houma. Pass caught by Staley, bursting upfield. His speed is absolutely incredible. He's already got over 100 yards receiving here in the first half alone. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, now from the 43-yard line after that 22-yard pickup. And time to throw for Vizina. Man wide open, it's Malachi Coleman. Another big chunk play through the air. And they're already in the Bobcats red zone. Under a minute to go. Vizina, quick strike. It's Staley. Same play as they used to open this drive. And it goes for another first down. 3 straight to open this possession. And now first and goal. Tigers. Vizina is going to take off, and nobody steps up. And Vizina will score on the ground. And we will take this one to halftime here in Birmingham, Alabama, as Clemson leads 28-24. Very even game so far, I think. I think their defense has played a bit better than ours has. We've had a couple of big plays allowed, especially through the air, but a couple on the ground too. Had that big defensive touchdown by Dorian Combs, which has really kept us in arm's reach here, but the offense has things to work on, as Moore has been pretty much the only guy to make those big plays for the offense. Nobody else has really been too effective so far, but several players have made a pretty big impact for the Tigers on offense. And Houma starts with it here in the third quarter from the 20-yard line with a draw to Boyd. Good patience on the carry, but still not a lot opening up upfield. It's a 4-yard run. Now we come out here in little I formation sets. Hand it off to Teague, and he is shoved ahead for a first down. I want to incorporate some more of those under center handoffs, because those seem to work better than a lot of these draw plays we've been calling the last couple of weeks. But now a nice throw here, nice pickup of 8 yards to Javon Moore. He has had an amazing game so far, looking to add to it here in the second half. Been a high-scoring affair. Can the offense get back in the end zone? Breda's pass, floated up and knocked away. Double coverage on Javon Moore. That brings up 3rd and short. We're going to keep it in the air. Breda, wide open. It's Scooter Page. Now we'll get us across the 50. Here's another handoff to Boyd. He picks up a quick 3, but 2 defenders there. And now we come back out under center. Teague back in the game. We're going to call that same little handoff, but this time it's not going to work as well. Big 3rd down right here. We're going to fake the handoff, and Breda's in trouble. That was the 2nd sack so far for Stephylan Green, their defensive tackle. Now Clemson takes over, leading by 4. Staley gets the screen pass and picks up 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Little reverse handoff to Erica, but it's a big loss of 7. Maloney all over that one. Now it's 3rd and 9. Defense trying to get off the field. Vizina's pass picked off. Hunter Haynes makes the play. And Vizina had Braylon Staley wide open, but did not float it over the top of our defense. And the defense will take advantage of it. Big play in the secondary. Could have gone for a touchdown the other way, but instead the Bobcats take over in Clemson territory. Here's a good look at this one. Staley was just kind of flying down the field there. Now we get it back a bit ahead of where we just punted from on our last possession. 1st and 10. Quick throw underneath for Javon Moore. That picks up 4. LJ Young checks in. The pass, though, is caught by Nelson for a first down. It's been a relatively quiet day for him so far, but Moore and Page have been heavily involved to this point. Now a delayed handoff. Finally room to run for Karan Boyd, and he will get the first down. And now it's essentially 1st and goal. Just inside the 10-yard line. Looking to retake the lead here. Rolling out. Breda will instead keep it and gains nothing. And now he's shaken up on the play. No. So now Jason Gallimore comes in as Breda will hopefully come back here in a moment. The pass is caught by Nelson. A gain of 3, and Breda still on the sideline. Gallimore stays in for 3rd and goal, throws it, and sailed it over LaShawn Gray, but he was tightly covered. We're held to a field goal attempt. Chip shot for George Lincoln, and the kick is good. It's a 1-point game. Tigers take over, trying to shake off that last turnover as that pass is somehow caught in traffic. A gain of 9. If Breda is going to miss the rest of this game, our odds to win, I think, plummets a lot, as Staley will burst up the sideline for a first down. This guy is just a different player. From the 44, 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff, and Malik Moon comes in for, I want to say, his 10th sack on the season. That corner blitz has worked wonders for us all season long, and that will force a 6-yard loss. Tigers come out empty. Vizina backing up, has time, and it's caught for a first down. Over 300 passing yards now for Christopher Vizina. The secondary's been shredded so far in this matchup. Now a 4-man rush, and Staley with some nice hands to hang on to it. His 8th catch. Now over 150 on those receiving yards. Vizina across the middle, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. We bring 4. Vizina will scramble, and nobody's there. Inside the 15-yard line now are the Tigers. Can this defense just give us a chance to bring the offense back out and potentially take the lead here? He'll hold these guys to a field goal. That's going to be a 2-yard catch on that screen attempt. Now we got Staley top of the screen matched up against DeMarvin Holland. Vizina looks his way, and it's knocked away by Draymond Gates in coverage. Good play to knock it away. More press coverage here on 3rd down. Has not worked so far, we're going to stick with it. It's going to be a throw. We bring 5, and the pass is caught wide open. Touchdown, Clemson. Houma has it to open the 4th quarter. Breda back on the field. Thank God. He's got time to throw. We'll take off instead. But so far, Clemson has done a pretty good job trying to contain the scrambling ability of Breda. We trail by 8. They have averaged over 8 yards per play so far with 1 quarter left to go. Scooter Page makes the first down catch up to the 30-yard line. If we don't score here, I'm afraid we're going to be in some trouble late, just like last episode against the Monarchs, and we go backwards. 2.8 yards per carry on 10 for Karan Boyd. Now pump fake underneath, and Nelson can't hang on to it. Really good coverage on these short yardage throws by the Tigers. 3rd and 11. Can somebody make a play? We just throw it short again. Oh, they hit our punter. After he bobbled the snap, that's going to give it back to Houma with the automatic first down. Lucky break for the Bobcats. Now at the 44. Another short one to Gray, but some good closing speed. And so far, these short throws have really not worked at all. We're calling way too many of them. Breda now looking to scramble, but still cannot outrun Sammy Brown. He has been all over the place. Another 3rd and long. Can't rely on these cheap penalties. We're going to fake the handoff, and Brown is there again for a sack. Our punter has been terrible this game, man. Clemson starts from the 46, or the 36 rather, and now wide open. TJ Moore had that touch on their last drive, and Clemson already on the move, just about 10 yards out of field goal range. It's not looking very good right now, but still plenty of time left here. They're going to fake the handoff. Bazina loads one up, and it's caught. And it's not going to be a touchdown, but it might as well be. They're inside the 1. Too many big plays allowed downfield. You know, that's why we're trying to look towards our next class to bring in those really speedy corners, because you're seeing right here that our linebackers and corners that don't have that great speed are getting beat deep down the field on almost every play call, as that is a nice play by John Decker IV to prevent the Aragon touchdown. 2nd and goal now from the 2. They'll try it again, and it's going to be a touchdown. Clemson leads by 2 scores. Well, it's pretty much do or die for the offense the rest of the game. It's over half the quarter left. Starting through the air, it's Devon Moore. Gain of 8 on another crossing route. I don't plan to make any big adjustments to our playbook between now and next year. Just hoping for us to bring in some better playmakers than we have right now, which we have still done a great job throughout the year, you know, getting the ball to, but we can bring in some even faster players at receiver, then we're going to be way better for it. Here's a screen and a 7-yard gain for Karan Boyd. Now we come out empty. 5 wide. Nelson, slot right. Breda will find him, turning up the sideline inside the 40. We're going to stay empty. 5 wide again. Breda floats it complete to Javon Moore up to the 25-yard line. A promising drive. Now it's about finishing it and putting the ball in the end zone to make it a 1-score game again. Breda under pressure. You got to get rid of the ball there. The 4th sack for the Tigers. And we have to go fast. We're taking way too much time here, because we got to have our defense get 2 stops in under 4 minutes. And now Breda hangs on to it again. 3rd and 30. How do you do that, man? You got to throw the ball away or just give somebody a chance. 4-man rush and intercepted for a 2nd time. Returned across the 50, and this game is nearly over. And the Clemson Tigers take the Birmingham Bowl, and our year ends with our 4th loss of the season. 45-27. A dominant second half for the Tigers, and our win streak comes to an end here in the final game of year 4 in this dynasty. The Tigers put up nearly 500 yards of offense, as Bazina goes 21 for 32, nearly 400 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 INT plus a rushing score as well. The defense had their worst game of perhaps the entire season, and it comes here in our 2nd ever bowl game appearance. Big day for Braylon Staley. $155, 1 touchdown. All their touchdowns were pretty big ones. Moore, Coleman, Staley. But those receiving scores, they had really good pressure on Breda. They had 6 sacks, 3 from Stefylan Green, and 1 from Silva, Burley, and Sammy Brown, who had that INT. They pick off Breda twice, as our defense struggled to get, a lot of pressure. We had a couple of sacks here in this game, but not enough to really force many punts. Had the pick by Hunter Haynes. But passing-wise, Breda, 31 for 42, 342, 2 turnovers in this game. Yalmore came in only for a handful of plays. The Ground game was completely held in check. Never had a chance to get more than a couple yards per run here in this game. Got to find out ways to get the ground game more established, more involved, and more effective, because we have seen too many games where we have not been able to call the runs and kind of tick the clock down because we haven't been able to get those big 10-yard plus gains for the better part of the season. Buck 17 and 2 scores for Javon Moore here in his final game. 63 for Scooter Page. Nelson only 37 yards. And that's going to do it in year 4. It's not all bad, though, because we do get 3-star tight end Chuck Henson to commit to Houma. He is hailing from Lee's Summit in Missouri. Another player added to our probably best class to this point. And John Decker wins Sunbelt Defensive Player of the Week. I think we were one of only 2 or 3 teams to make a bowl game in the Sunbelt. And Javon Moore wins Sunbelt Offensive Player of the Week. Hoping to get more of those next year as well. We had a lot this season, but we end the year 10-4. And let's go over some of these stats to close the season. Breda ends up throwing for over 4,300 yards in 14 games, 35 passing touchdowns to 12 INTs. Really, really big year compared to last year. He was fantastic. Had a couple of slip-ups these last 2 games, but I'm not going to be worried about it. He's still our quarterback of the future. No doubt about that. On the ground, Karan Boyd, just below 900 yards on over 215 carries. Good for a 4.1 average, 11 touchdowns, and 64 average yards per game. Kiki Newcomb, only had 21 attempts, but had a higher average than Karan Boyd did. But Boyd is a senior, so Newcomb will have probably a much bigger role entering his redshirt junior year, likely as the starter if I had to guess. Receiving-wise, Javon Moore over 1,100 yards in his final collegiate season, 12 touchdowns, was easily our best playmaker. So our top 3 pass catchers all are seniors. Nelson, 813, 6 touchdowns. Scooter Page, just below 760 and 5 scores. 5 for junior tight end LaShawn Gray. Over 400 for Karan Boyd. And about 350 for Trayon Bell on the season. Blocking-wise, offensive line was pretty solid this year. Not great, but definitely solid. Cole Kane with 8 sacks allowed as the most. Then Crowder only 6 at left tackle, being there the entire season. Paulding 4, Huff 4, 3 for Green and Reggie Cole, and 2 for Robertson and Jermaine Houston. Defensively, Shakir Pound had the most tackles, followed by Lehan and Maloney. Most tackles for loss, Dean with 28, and then 20 plus for John Decker and Draymond Gates, 18 for corner Malik Moon. Most sacks, 11 for John Decker, 9 for Gates, 8 for Moon, and then 7 or more for Combs and Shakir Pounds. INT-wise, we had 5 from Moon and Randall Glenn, 4 from Holland, 2 from Lehan and Haynes, and 1 for Pound, Mills, and Maloney, with a couple of fumbles forced by Dorian Combs, Malik Moon, Lehan, and King Joseph Edwards, and recoveries by Moon, Combs, Pounds, and John Decker the 4th. Touchdowns, we had a couple of defensive ones, 4 on the year, 1 from Moon, Combs, Decker, and a Marvin Holland, and we had a safety from Maloney as well. That was against the Monarchs in the Sunbelt Championship game. And then kicking-wise, Lincoln goes 12 for 17, missed a couple of chip shot field goals and a couple of long ones, but was perfect on PATs. I don't see any reason to move on from him, but I am kind of thinking about trying to at least find a new punter at some point because he has not been very good at all. So career stats, Karan Boyd never got playing time at Duke, but once we brought him in, he got playing time for us in the last couple years. He ends up with over 1,800 yards rushing, 4.2 average, and 21 collegiate touchdowns, only 1 fumble. So he was fantastic, took care of the ball, he was great. Receiving-wise, Javon Moore just eclipses 2,000 career yards in the final game. 18 touchdowns, played 27 games in college. 11 for Nelson, just below 1840 through the year. Scooter Page, 1351 and 7. Karan Boyd not too far behind him with more touchdowns, but less receiving yards. And we still got more to add for LaShawn Gray and Trayon Bell, most likely. Defensively, this was the final year for both Malik Moon and Juan Bolden, our top two corners pretty much. And the same goes for Dakota Mills. A $173 tackles for Moon, a 153 for Bolden, and a 136 for Mills. Sack number wise, Underwood, also a senior, had 16 in his career. He was a big player for us in year 3. Gates, not a senior. Dean had 10.5, over 100 tackles, 44 of those for a loss. Malik Moon, 26 tackles for loss, 8 sacks, 6 INTs. And for Dakota Mills, 4 interceptions, 3 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. Cade Bloom, 23 tackles for loss in his career, 3 sacks. So we're losing quite a bit of starters, but I think we have the guys to come in and replace them. No Sun Belt records being set by Houma, but now it's time to see what team records were broken both in a game, a season, and a career. So it looks like Breda did have 2 games where he passed for 7 touchdowns, and that is a team record in a game. And Ricky Johnson 2 years ago had the most INTs in one game, with a couple of those being pick sixes. That was against the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles, I believe, in a crazy game that we ended up on top of back in year 2, I think it was. And Breda also broke a record this year for most passing yards in a season in program history, with over 4,300. So looking to break that perhaps next year if we can keep this playbook around and hopefully keep Breda healthy all year long. But we did fail to get any career records so far, but had a lot of transfers, so we're going to wait and see if we can add to this hopefully next year. I feel like Breda will probably break the passing yards record by the time he is all said and done here, but still records to break for every category for a college career in the program. Coaching-wise, this was our best year yet. 10 wins, 4 losses, and through 4 years, we are 23-28 as a program, a 45% win percentage. We have 2 winning seasons. Our last 2 years have been those 2 winning seasons. We have not made the college football playoff yet, but we have won a conference championship, which came this season, of course, and have yet to have any draft picks, but might have some maybe next year or the year after. And year 4 comes to a close as the Buckeyes are once again on top of the football world with the 2027 National Championship over the USC Trojans in the championship game, which took place this year in Houston, Texas. They take it 48-31. It looks like UNC bludgeoned Western Kentucky in the first round. Oregon beat Michigan. Oklahoma beat Washington, and Ohio State beat Wisconsin. Then they beat UAB in a close affair. Oklahoma beat Ball State. Oregon beat number 1 seed FSU, and USC won a barn burner against North Carolina. And then they go on to beat Oregon by 2 in the Cotton Bowl. Ohio State defeats Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl, and then they come out on top with a 13-3 record to close the year, and now with another national championship. And now we're at the end of the season. 2027 is officially over. We end number 19 in the country. Despite the loss in the bowl, we end up a top 20 ranked team at the end of the year. Should be a great sign of things to come. We should be in contention for a playoff spot next year if we can keep things up and pick up where things left off to close this year. We'll go over the players leaving next time around because we have a lot of holes to fill entering our 5th season. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe, leave your feedback down below. I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day.